Hi everyone, today I wanted to do a video about what is the best kit to use for training at home. What I will say is that you don't actually need any kit to train at home. You could do it just solely bodyweight, and largely that's what I do. However, having some kits can be quite good just for a bit of variety, change things up. It can make training a little more fun. That's really all. So as you can see, this is all the kit I use. I also use a pull-up frame, but we'll move on to that next. We'll just talk about this kit here first. It's important when you're training at home not to buy lots and lots of different pieces of equipment. It then just starts to get in the road. Unless you live in a really big house and you've got, you can dedicate a room to all your bits of kit, that's fine. But for most people, they're training in their living room, they're training in the spare room. I train in my office, which is kind of a bit of a spare room as well. So you want to keep training at home simple. That's the key. It's got to be simple, convenient. You can train quickly. That's all the benefits of training at home. So you want to keep your kit nice and straightforward. Don't complicate things too much. With just this amount of kit, you'd be amazed at how much variety you can add to your workout. So even though there's not a lot of variety of kit, it can still mix up your workouts really, really nicely. So, a couple of things, just dumbbells, skipping ropes, TRX ropes, and a medicine ball. That's pretty much it. As I said, there's a pull-up frame, we'll come to that in a minute. But you don't need lots of different varieties. I've only got one set of dumbbells. You could probably invest in 2 or 3 different weights, but I wouldn't do any more than that. These are 5Ks. I find they're quite a reasonable weight, quite average for women. Men could probably go a little heavier. Do not go any lighter than 5K. Ladies, your handbag is heavier than, than that. So if it's 2 or 3K, don't use it. Total waste of time. Honestly, I'm not kidding when I say your handbag will be heavier. So minimum I would get would be 5K. If you find for certain exercises using the 2 dumbbells is too heavy, then just use 1. So you can go lighter when needed. So don't buy a lighter set of dumbbells. A big question I asked all the time is what's better, kettlebells or dumbbells? Really, it's just a preference. Honestly, people try and go on about the benefits of kettlebells and listen, I love, kettlebells are fantastic. I'm not criticising kettlebells, but really at the end of the day it comes down, it's a weight. They're both different types of weight. If you're used to your kettlebells, you've done kettlebell classes and you really enjoy them, absolutely brilliant. Invest in kettlebells over dumbbells. You probably don't need both. Don't buy both. One or the other. I've always been more comfortable with dumbbells. Because I've used them more. That's just my preference. So don't stress too much about it. Go with what you like. That's really important. Go with what you like. Same with the medicine ball. This is a 5K medicine ball. That's quite a decent size for a medicine ball. I really enjoy using a medicine ball. I really, really enjoy it. You can do squats and throw the ball up into the air. You could do twists, oblique twists with them. It's just a piece of kit I really enjoy using. So it's probably actually, out of what's on the floor here, the piece of kit I would use the most because I enjoy it. Skipping ropes, a great cardio exercise. Tiny piece of kit, cheap as anything, and really, really great for cardio. So I'd invest in a pair of skipping ropes, definitely. Now let's talk about TRX ropes. I'm actually going to get these out. Well, I'll attach them to the pull-up frame and we can talk about both at the same time. So let's talk about the pull-up frame now, and as I said, the TRX ropes. Now I should say TRX and pull-up mates, neither of them have sponsored this video, they're just genuine pieces of kit that I like to use. So look at the TRX ropes first. So I'll pull them out and you can see how they would work. So basically they come with this door anchor and you put the anchor over the door. Imagine this pull-up mate is a door and the ropes hang like this. Now what you can do is you can do a lot of floor work with your feet in the ropes, but you can also use these ropes as handles and you can do lots of pulling exercises. So pulling exercises are things like rows, bicep curls, things like that, and they work your back really, really well. And also you can do lots of great hamstring exercises with them. And with body weight training only, it's quite hard to do really difficult exercises for the back and for the hamstrings. So what this can do is it can really advance your bodyweight training for those specific muscle groups, and that's why I like to use them. It is also awesome, absolutely awesome for the core. The core exercises you can do on the TRX are absolutely fantastic. So it is also so portable. It doesn't take up any room. The only issue is you have to have a good space to use them. Now, I used to use them in my old house a lot. The house I'm in just now, it doesn't allow as much appropriate space to use them, so I'm using them less. So that is the only thing. You have to have a good door, a door in a good position, not a good door, a door in a good position to be able to use them, so it's kind of not in the way of anyone else in the house. That's the main thing to think about. But a great piece of kit. Also, if you can get a tree anchor, I think, and use them outside and stuff, so that it gives you lots and lots of flexibility with your training, which is always what you want really with bodyweight training. So TRX, great piece of kit. And then we come on to the pull-up mate, which is 100% the piece of kit I use the most. It's the most recent piece of kit I bought. I have been looking for a pull-up bar like this for a long, long time, that basically doesn't anchor to a door or to the ceiling or to anything, because every time I use something like that, it always wrecked the door frame or whatever. So I wanted a freestanding pull-up bar for a long time. I had one prior to this, but it was very shaky and it wasn't great. So this really is a great invention. I mean, it takes up a bit of space. It just sits in the corner of this room, as you can see, so it doesn't really bother me. But what is great is, yes, of course you can do pull-ups on it, which are fantastic, but you can do much, much more. You can do lots of great ab work, and this bar actually, I'll kind of tip it forward so you see it comes down, and you can use the frame at all different angles, which just really means you can do millions of bodyweight exercises on it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I use this piece of kit all the time. This piece of kit and just bodyweight training are the two real foundations in my training every single day. So I would say to invest, if you're kind of got quite into your training, I would invest in something like this or the TRX ropes. If you're kind of into bodyweight training but you want to get a little more advanced, I would say they're the two best pieces of kit to invest in. For the dumbbells, the medicine balls, they're just great to add some varieties to your training. It's always fun to do new exercises, to try different things. So none of this kit, I should add, is very expensive. I hope that helps you decide what to invest in. Most importantly, pick kit that you're going to use. The amount of times I go to people's houses, they've got hundreds of kit and it sits in the corner gathering dust. Please don't do that, and don't invest in any nonsense, you know, like power hoop bars and these things that assist with your sit-ups. You know, there's just so many bits of kit out there that you do not need. So don't kind of see an ad and think, oh, that looks good and that might make me train. It won't, it will just gather dust. So make sure you get a good training program to follow, you understand what you need to do to get the results that you want, and then to assist with that, you might want to buy a specific piece of kit. Don't buy the kit first and then decide what to do with it. Decide what you want to do and then buy the piece of kit. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I'll see you next time.